Hello everybody, I'm Pixolian and welcome back to Planet Coaster. Now today we're going to be continuing our park, which in the last episode we made the RMC hybrid coaster you see in front, and also this sort of little entrance area. We made like a little castle sort of themed like tunnel going underneath the coaster, and we've also made like a little like turnstile entrance bit as well. So today we're just going to be doing some more details on the little entrance bit. As you can see, I've already started that now in the video. And then we're going to start making the main street and making little details like little shops as you walk in. And we also build one other ride in this video as well, which is a little, which we'll find out in the video. But anyway, so firstly we are making this like tunnel thing a lot more detailed because it looks a little bit bare, like a little bit like just all was the walls. So we're putting lots of windows on, lots of like flags, little doors, random little wood like bits you can see I'm putting down. Like I don't know what that is, but it looks cool. Just making it kind of look a bit more interesting, not just blank. Now we're going for a pirate theme for the entrance, just because it's my favourite sort of theme in the game so far, because I think there's a lot of pieces that do look really cool in this game. What I've done in other parts I've made by myself is I've ended up making my own themes that, because there's not that many scenery pieces, haven't actually looked that great. So in this park I'm going to be doing like themes for the actual themes that the game has, because they always look better because they actually have the pieces for it. You know, like this pirate theme, Wild West, futuristic or sci-fi, they all sort of have the right pieces for it, so it works. Whereas if I've, like in the past I wanted to make like a Chinese area, they sometimes work, you can sometimes make them work, but because there's not that much, because there's no scenery for that actual theme, then you can't just like chuck a scenery down and make it look good. Like you can, like, you sort of have to make it all yourself, which can take a lot more time and sometimes doesn't look that great. But what I'm looking forward to, actually, a little bit of Planet Coaster news for you. The World's Fair, I think it's called the World's Fair Pack or something like that, is coming out this month. I think it's pretty soon. I think it's the 16th. Is it tomorrow, actually? I'm recording this on the 15th, so I don't know when it's going to come out. If it comes out tomorrow on the 16th, then it's out today, I think. I think it was 16th, they said. But yeah, basically that is going to be introducing like loads of different like country themes. So you've got like Asia, like China and Japan. You've got America. You've got like Mediterranean, all that sort of themes. And this is one of the coolest packs I think I've seen actually so far, because you can make a lot with it. And each of those sort of countries has its own like shop or restaurant, and also loads of theming like scenery stuff as well, which is very useful. So yeah, I really can't wait for that, and I'm definitely going to be making a separate video dedicated to that pack, like I did with the vintage pack video. And also I'm definitely going to be using it for this park, definitely, because it looks really cool. So what you see me doing right now is I'm making obviously the main street. I wanted to have it like little like plants and like floral stuff in the middle of it, and then like two paths going around the outside. So it's kind of different. A lot of parks in real life have it like the one straight path and then like plants and trees around the outside, like down the edges of it. But I wanted to sort of do it around the middle, which looks quite cool. And then I decided to go with like a little path in the middle, because I was thinking of having it all the way down, but I think it looks a little bit like massive, like in your face a bit. So I thought we'll make a little bit of a gap so you can go through in the middle. So now I'm just going to put a load of trees in these planter bits. I also use these planters as well because they're brand new with the vintage pack as well. So I wanted to kind of experiment with them before. What am I about? I wanted to explore with them. But I think, yeah, this does look really cool. So I'm putting all bushes down and trees down. I used lots of the like flowers from the vintage pack as well, because there's a lot of nice ones in there. So yeah, I definitely put some of those on, and also some of the normal like bushes and like rose bushes and the white ones and any, you know what I mean. Also some of those from the like normal game as well. So these sunflowers I'm putting down now, and the little smaller ones I put down there, all from the vintage pack if you don't know. If you want to see sort of everything that's in the pack, don't forget to have a look at my vintage pack video, which I uploaded a little while ago. It goes over through everything that's in the vintage pack, including the new rides, the new scenery theme, like features and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely check it out if you want to know more about that pack. So yeah, we're just making this sort of look good, putting as many bushes as we can in this bit. Obviously theme parks in real life, so the nicest looking ones have lots of like flowers and bushes in there. Take Europa Park for example, they have lots of like floral stuff, and that part looks beautiful. Also Disney as well have a lot of bushes and stuff. Most theme parks do have them, and they look a lot nicer. Owen Tower's another one that looks really nice, all the trees and stuff they have around there. But Owen Tower's in a nice location though, so you know they're quite lucky for that. So now I wanted to mess around with the benches. Now obviously because these planters go overlap the path, you can't really put the benches next to it because it snaps right to the path and it's like impossible to get it a little bit out. I tried for ages. It's annoying. You can't like use the advanced tool to move it on these senior features, which is really annoying. You can put it in the middle of the, you can either like right in the middle of the path or at the edge. You can't put it a little bit in, a little bit outward, sorry, just so you can get it on the, like, just, I wanted it like just next to the planters, but you can't do that, which is really annoying. So in the end, I don't bother putting benches down there. I would like to put them there, but you can't until that sort of gets fixed. If it does, if they're planning on getting that fixed, so you can put it a little bit closer. If they just gave the benches like advanced tool, then that'd be great. But until then, if that does happen, then I'm not going to do it. Unless I do, I've forgotten. I'm now doing it. Okay, but that doesn't look great. I don't think I do it. No, there you go. I got rid of it. So I've put some benches down where I can put it. So now I think I'm doing it now. Yeah, I'm making sort of more buildings to go around the main street. So first, what we do, we put I think it's an information stand. I'm pretty sure. Am I doing it? No. Okay, I guess we'll find out soon. But yeah, so this is I'm doing with sandstone walls, which are like the dark sort of dungeony castle looking pieces. I do quite like this shop. I put a lot of details into the shop, and it does look quite good towards the end. I hope you agree. Yes, it's an information thing. So yeah, so there's not. I didn't really know like what inspiration was taken from this. It's just sort of just experimenting with the pirate pieces and just trying to come up with something that looks cool. And I think it did. Obviously, I think the pirate theming in real life, Pirates of the Caribbean at Disney parks, they're also quite a big pirate thing in theme parks that have really good rides apparently as well. It's quite a weird looking building, as you can see. It's got like sort of two like bits. I put some like fences up here. I think I did want to go with these, but then after putting them down, I think they looked very sort of kind of in your face and like sort of medieval looking as well. I didn't really want a medieval look at all. I say I'm doing one medieval. I'm doing a castle pack, but I wanted it more pirate castle, so kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean, and that's not really medieval, really, if you think about it. It's like kind of like this sort of style you see now. So I put these sort of turrets down, and that's the kind of style I wanted to go with. Now this just looks a lot better, so I'm glad I did change that. So now I'm putting some more windows down, like the little like dungeony looking like jail bar windows, which look really cool. And obviously, if you're making a shop, you've got to have the right sign for it. So I put the eyes down for the information stand, and then as you see now, I'm doing a load of like pirate flags and just putting a load of pirate scenery on this. So I want to have a nice British flag on there because obviously, if you cannot tell my accent, I am definitely British. So yeah, obviously like pirates is, I think pirates is British. I'm not sure if you probably did have American pirates, but I'm not sure. But most pirate films, I guess, are probably British, like Pirates of the Caribbean. That's British, isn't it? It's all British actors. Goonies, I guess, is American, isn't it? Goonies is all American. So I don't know. I'm not great at history. I dropped out of history because I didn't drop out of it. I didn't choose to do it in my GCSEs, so I don't really know much about like history of like countries and stuff. Although we never did pirates in history anyway, because history at school was just like the war and stuff, and it was really kind of depressing topics. So yeah, that's just a little bit of school ranting for you. I don't go to school anymore, obviously. I'm at college now, and it's much better. But yeah, so now I'm just putting a load of like scenery down. I think a lot of this like cargo looking scenery does look really cool, especially for like shops and stuff, because it makes it more look like a sort of market sort of thing. So yeah, and then obviously because we don't want like kids running all over our fake props, so obviously we've got to put a fence down as well, which fence does look really cool. This fence, I believe, might be from the adventure pack, but it might be a default one. I think there's one in the adventure pack that definitely looks, if it's not this, looks very similar. Yeah, I think it looks very cool, and I put the fire up at the top level, which you can see, which makes it look really sort of like glowy, which looks really cool. It looks kind of like a little bit like a battle sort of thing. So yeah, I do quite like how it happened. And then so now I'm putting like these like destroyed like pirate ship ruins. You can get in Panic Coaster, if you've not played the game, you can get 3 different parts. You can get the front of it, the middle bit, which I'm building now, and also the end of it. And so this tunnel bit is actually going to be the entrance for the RMC coaster, which I think is quite a cool entrance for a roller coaster. I'm sure you can agree. So just going for that tunnel like through like a broken pirate ship is quite a cool idea. Not to brag or anything, but I mean, there's definitely a lot of better people at this game than I am. But yeah, so now I'm just sort of putting details around this main street area. I tried to put that little house thing down, but there's like a thing in the way, so you can't actually get through. So I ended up putting this like little bone like lantern thingy pit on, as you see. So now I'm putting what's on the other side. So now what I'm building here is a toilets and a staff building. That's what I made. So this I'm staying with the I think it's called stucco walls. It's the walls in Planet Coaster, which is this sort of like creamy colour walls. I'm sort of continuing that down this bit where I'm going to be doing the toilets and staff building. I wanted to make it look kind of what you see in parts of the Caribbean for like the what are they call? I think well, I don't know. It's hard to tell in parts of the Caribbean who the bad ones, who the baddies are, and who the good guys are, because obviously Jack Sparrow, you kind of think he's the good guy, he's the main character, but then in that world, the pirates are bad. So I'm not really sure too much. I think he's the main protagonist, isn't he? But anyway, so kind of like I guess the bad guys, the ones who I'll put a picture on the screen so you can see what the kind of people I want about are. But I wanted to make it that kind of style, so kind of like, I don't really know how to explain it, but I'm sure, hopefully you know what I mean. If not, then tough. Comment below and I'll try and explain it more. But yeah, so I don't want it to be like as sort of like dungeony looking. I wanted to make it look a bit more like kind of like what the kings and queens should be sort of living in those sort of times, maybe. So yeah, also another thing Planet Coaster is the walls. The roof's cut through, so I had to sort of change it around, like on the other side, turn it around a bit, which fixed it all right. There you go. I don't know what happened there, but I sort of think I might have undid it a bit. Yeah, so that looks a lot better. So now I'm just putting a load of details down, put some more of the turrets on the roof, as you can see there. If I can get it down, I remember this bit was quite fiddly. So if this has happened to you in this game, like where you can't put it up, if it's just like if you put it like right in the middle and it goes either side, change the grid size to the bottom right of the screen. You can see there. That basically, if you put it right to the bottom, you get a lot more choice with the places you put it. It's kind of like each maybe like, so you see the grid on the floor, the squares. That's what changes. If you have it like the bar all the way up, I think it's like each 4 spaces in that. But if you have it down to 1, you can get it really small. So if you're having problems with putting it in like an exact place, just do that and it fixes it. It's hard to explain that. I don't know why I'm talking about the stuff that's really hard to explain. It's a great job, me. So here's the toilet. Let's put the good old sign down. I put some more of those like column pillar things down, which look really cool. This sign I'm putting down, not the one I'm putting down now, but the main one I just put up. That is a really cool looking sign because it sort of hangs down, and also it's in the pirate style. Obviously, it's really cool. Now I'm building a staff room. It's weird because there's not a staff sign in this. So I have to make my own, because obviously in real life, if you go to anywhere, a restaurant, a theme park, a cinema, and literally anywhere, there's gonna be a staff room, right? And you see a sign which says staff room on it, or staff only. So it's weird how they haven't made a staff only sign, you know? So you have to make your own. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, but if you're thinking about real life and being realistic, theme parks, if there's a staff room, there will be a sign saying staff only. Otherwise, you could just walk in, right? And they wouldn't want that. So you've got to have a staff only sign if you're being realistic, don't you? So obviously now I'm putting a lot more details down, a lot more of those like cargo looking things, and I tried experimenting with this net, and I did put it down actually. You may realise it's actually floating. I do realise that later on. I don't realise it right now, but it is floating. But anyway, doesn't matter. Oh, I seem to have stopped. Oh, there we go, I'm back. Okay, must have had a little toilet break there or something. So now I'm putting like these little like wooden scaffolding support thingies down. Randomly got a massive shark head there. Okay, sure. So now obviously good theme parks. Well, not necessarily, but Alton Towers, for instance, it's a great theme park which has like rocks everywhere, doesn't it? And that's, I'm pretty sure it's from like the Nemesis site where they dug that out, and maybe Oblivion as well, so that got dug under. Anyway, I wanted to put rocks down on like the sides of the paths. I think they look really cool and make it look very sort of a bit more built up, maybe, like if you want. So I wanted to do that. Anyway, now we're building the next ride in the park, which is a flat ride, a little kid's flat ride. It's the Rocktopus. Obviously, if you play Planet Coaster, you know what this ride is. It's like a little spinny ride. I'm not too sure on if it's real or if it has a manufacturer. I don't know. I'm not that great with kids' rides. Roller coasters, yeah, I know. This, I don't. A lot of flat rides, I don't really know. So now I'm making the queue. I wanted to make it quite... I like making my queues unique, but sometimes with the space you get, it's kind of hard. But anyway, with like the round rides, it's good. It's a cool thing is to make the queues go round them, because it just looks cool. You get to see, because then you get to see the ride from your queuing, which makes the queuing a lot more interesting, like in real life anyway. And then also, if you're on the ride, you get to see all the people watching you. And also, if you're like a parent wanting to watch your kids on the ride, there's a lot more like chance to view. I mean, you can't go in the queue obviously, but That defeats the point, doesn't it? That's not really anything I'm talking about. Anyway, forget that. So now I want to make this ride look really cool, and I'm really proud of how this actually turned out. I made these turrets going around the side, because we're in a pirate theme with castles down there. It's like a pirate castle theme, so I made like these turrets going around, and I end up connecting them all up with a wall, as you'll see in a minute. So I've got to make the roofs all right first. But this sort of encloses the rides, which makes it really cool. And also, when I have the walls down, I put little like details on them, so it does look really cool. And also, what I love about this is how the roller coasters just run the back of it as well, so you can just see that going around is really cool. So yeah, you see now I'm putting the walls down, just trying to enclose it a bit more, which does really work. It does work really well. So yeah, that's really it for the minute. I'm just sort of leaving it. I'll tell you what, I'll play some music for you, and just so you can see what I'm building this ride. Okay, so I didn't leave you that long there, because obviously I'm watching this back and just sort of wanting to sort of speak in the right times, and didn't want to like keep like waffling about stuff that wasn't important. Because obviously it's quite hard to do when you run out of things to say and you want to keep talking the whole time. But I need to explain this basically. So when I was making the ride as I was, and then I decided to, for some reason, to go back to the building and start building that, which is a bit random. Couldn't really leave it as that, to be honest. So I put those really cool like sort of wall corner pieces in, which is like the bricks that go out like raggedly. Ones I just put down on the building, and then I also put windows on there and stuff like that, and that now looks a lot better, that building from the back. But anyway, with the ride, I like to detail this a lot, so I've put a lot of trees down, as you've seen, lots of rocks and stuff. The entrance is like it's kind of like rock tunnels, which is quite cool. Putting these little flame torches down now, I wanted to get some good interaction with the track for the ride. So as you can see now, the ride's going to go through this little bit where all these flaming torches are coming out, which is quite cool. Especially with a hybrid coaster, which some parts of it will be wood, obviously the supports will be wood. I'm pretty sure I chose that kind of hybrid coaster, the ones with wood supports, not the ones with steel supports. But obviously now, just chucking loads of scenery pieces down just to make this really detailed. Put some like fires down as well, and all those cargo pieces. I really do like those cargo pieces. I like to put a lot of them down. Now these are probably one of the coolest lights in the game. The like little lanterns that go across. They're really, really cool, and they do look pretty nice as well. So now I'm just this is the entrance to it. I'm just putting some more out there. Yeah. Oh yeah, right. So this is the outside of the entrance now. I'm just putting some more like these little like campfire sort of thing, really, like these little camps which there's in the game. Putting some like turrets up, not really turrets, what they call like little flagpole sort of things. Like some cranes there as well. It kind of looks kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean a little bit, but yeah, I mean it's quite a cool entrance. I mean you don't really get many pirate-themed entrances in the world, do you? I just can't really think of one, to be honest. I mean I know people have definitely done it in Planet Coaster before, because this is one of the first scenes, whatever you call them, like scenery sort of sets. That's the best way to describe it. That the game had. So yes, so now I decided to build another turret to sort of encase this bit as well. At the entrance to it, which I think also looks really cool. Building some more walls down as well, as of course. Just building some more walls there. So now this is really sort of most of what we've built today. So I think it does look really cool. Also, I'm putting some more details down eventually. This bit isn't completely finished as well. This outside bit, unless I do completely finish it, I can't remember. But it also looks a bit bare at the minute. I think I do finish it. Some more rocks and some more plants and stuff. But this is the main sort of stuff I've built in this video. We will be continuing some more of it. Obviously, in the next video, we'll be finishing off the rest of the street as well, putting some more shops down. We need a restaurant as well, which I might wait by the time the next episode comes out, because in the World's Fair pack, I'm pretty sure there's another free update one coming. I think I've seen this on their Instagram somewhere. I can't exactly remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure they're bringing proper restaurants into it now, which would be very cool. I'd want one of those, not like a little takeaway cafe booth, because that's all they sort of had in the minute, like the little sort of takeaway booths you can get in there, like well, I'm sure if you've played the game, you know what I'm on about. But like, there's not ever really been proper restaurants. I mean, I've tried making them in the past, like putting like benches and tables and stuff down, but it's not really going to work. So it'd be cool to have a nice proper restaurant in the park now. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. All I build now. I'm just trying to find some cool like scenic shots for the outro of the video. So yeah, I will see you then. So that is it for this video. That's all the time I have for this episode of Planet Coaster. We made quite a bit of progress in this video. I think we made the entrance look a lot nicer. We put some more details on. We made started the main street. We got some cool buildings on there, which I'm pretty proud of as well. I quite like the architecture I made on them, and also the details I put on them. So in the next episode, we'll obviously be continuing the main street, putting some more buildings down, putting that restaurant down if it's been updated by the time I film it next, and maybe we can start the entrance for the next area. Now, I'm not sure what area I want to do. If anyone has any ideas, please feel free to comment them down below what you want me to do. And to be honest, it might be when the World's Fair pack comes out, because I'm definitely going to be buying that. It's only like £7 or something, or £8 or something like that. So it's definitely worth it. I mean, how many? I think you get like, I can't remember exactly, but maybe you get like 8. I think you get like 8 to 10, maybe around that sort of area. Different sets, which would be really cool. You know, different countries. So what we could do is kind of like an Epcot themed park, where each area is a country, or like Europa Park, but obviously not just Europe, because I think it's like American stuff. So we could do that, or we could do like the sort of fantasy themes, so like fantasy, Wild West, sci-fi, those sort of themes. Or we could just do all of it. You know, we could make the ultimate park. Who knows? So if you've got any ideas for what you want me to do in this game, please leave it in the comments below, and I'll definitely be reading them. I read all your comments, so please just leave them down below. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you're new, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified every time I upload. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!